And welcome into the Tool Shed. I am Warren Seegers, this show where we talk about home improvement and home ownership. And tonight we're going to talk about cabin fever. With me tonight is my wife, Penny, who has been stuck in the house with me for 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
And for me, what I found out works so far for cabin fever to get rid of that is, ironically, a case of Corona. Now, Corona does have a side effect. It does cause headaches the next morning, and sometimes when you overuse it, it makes you feel nauseous.
And it makes you oversleep.
And oversleep, yes. And for you, it's wine, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm seeing that a lot on Facebook. You know, it's like a snack, wine, nap. Wine, nap.
This is going to be a fun show because we literally have cabin fever. We got out today, went to the grocery store for toilet paper of all things, and we actually found some toilet paper that was still left on the shelf.
And I'll tell you why that's funny when we get to the meme section of the show, because that's funny.
Yeah, we're going to cover. So the first part of the show, we're going to just show some of the memes that have been online. They're hilarious. No, I'm sorry. I got my schedule wrong.
Yeah,
the first part of the show, we're going to talk about real estate.
Okay.
And a new service that I've started in the past 2 weeks is the live virtual tours, which is actually a really cool thing. Then we'll do the EV H2. We'll do the part 2 on the GFIs. We'll come back. Then we'll talk about some of the funny, hysterical memes that have been out there. You gotta laugh at this, folks, just a little bit, because if you don't, you're gonna go nuts being cooped up in your house. And then we're gonna do the challenge.
Oh yeah, he thinks I'm not gonna be able to do this challenge, but I'm gonna totally prove him wrong. And
so we bought a light, and I said, man, I need to put this thing together. We can do it on the show, and you were like, well, I can do that, and I'm like, oh yeah. So we're going to save the last part of the show for Penny, and she's going to put together a light, and we'll see if you can do it within the time allotted for the last part of the show. So anyway, there is one thing that I do want to say, and I want to thank somebody. And actually, tell them the story, because I was sleeping when this happened, but it was cool. I just got out of the Army. I officially got my orders that say I will be done with the Army, and Tell them the story about Jeffrey.
Yeah, shout out to Jeffrey. Gina, hope you guys are watching, but got a call this morning from my cousin Gina and Jeffrey, and they wanted to congratulate Warren on his recent retirement from the Army. Yes. Freshly cut orders that we just picked up yesterday. Yay, finally. It's been a long time waiting, and that's a whole nother story in itself, so we won't go into that. But Jeffrey wanted to share a picture that he had drawn for Warren to congratulate him on his retirement, and Warren was sacked out on the couch this morning.
So go ahead and put that up, as a matter of fact, while we're talking about it.
Share that, but Warren was sacked. Been doing over the last couple of weeks, and he had an early morning VA appointment, so we're looping back to the military and looping back to cabin fever. So, everything right now is kind of coming full circle, but
there's the picture.
Yeah, and I was FaceTiming, so, ignore the I hadn't gotten out of my pajamas at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Is that Jeffrey in the top right-hand corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No, that's not Jeffrey in the top right-hand corner. That's me.
Oh, that's you?
That's me.
Okay. I can't. There's a light right by the TV monitor that's here in the studio is right in front of that.
That is me. Stands probably only a half a cup of coffee, and still in my robe, and
in your morning pajamas, and then later on you change into your afternoon pajamas.
Yeah, pretty much. It was morning pajamas.
All right. Well, Jeffrey, thank you very, very, very much for drawing that picture for me, thanking me for my service. It's been a good 21 years, but I'm ready to be a civilian again. Or a lot of people said, you're never a civilian, now you're a veteran. So I'm ready just to do that.
Right. Call him back tomorrow, but call him in the afternoon. I'll make sure he's awake.
Right. So let's talk about real quickly the real estate business. What's going on with that?
Well, I mean, with real estate business right now, I mean, we've got, it's we're still considered essential business, but with all the virus and everything that's out there, obviously we've got buyers and sellers that are nervous about going into houses or having people come into their house, and rightfully so. So, agents are still working, and as long as sellers and buyers are okay with going out or being out underneath this order, then, it can still be business. But it's not business as usual. I mean, everything has to be on precaution. And my company today, Remax Results, I love my company that I work for, just sent out protocols that will be put in place that we can send to our sellers to make sure that the sellers, the agents, the buyer agents, listing agents, and sellers and buyers are all aware of the dangers and everything that's going on, and that they still agree to showing their house and going into the house fully aware of everything, and also signing papers saying that they are not sick. I mean, obviously it's an honor system, but
that's a lot of work to show a house.
It really is. But, I understand all the protocols. I mean, we have to. We want our clients, at the end of the day, it's about making sure our clients and taking care of our clients.
Yes.
But you have something, I know, that you want to talk about, that you could help
show houses
with buyers and sellers. And it's something that's been used.
Yes. So it's called a 3D virtual tour. If you can go ahead and flip that up on the screen, Coy. So you don't actually have to be at a house now to show it anymore. And with the service that I'm providing, here you have a picture of, this is actually a 3D virtual tour. So Coy, if you could spin that around and show the neighborhood, that was a 3D tour that we did at one time, and that was when we were selling our house in Goshen, and it worked very well. We got a lot of hits on it, and we sold it really, really quick. So with this, you're able to basically show 360 panoramic shots that show everything. So Coy, if you could go ahead and jump in the house there.
And, the good thing about something like this is it's, while right now the timeliness of it would be extremely helpful, it also could work at any time with real estate, because I know often we have clients who are relocating. And, we even have a new form that we got just this year that's called a sight unseen form, where you have clients who may never have been in the house and may make an offer on it, but this is something where they could possibly have seen it online, taken a virtual tour.
So Coy, since you're there right now, just go ahead and just take a tour of our house. We're not going to be able to see what he's doing, because every time he flips to that, we lose our monitor here in the studio, but that's not a real big deal. So this takes a 360 tour. Right now, he just flipped it back so I can see where we're at, but that was a picture of our dining room in our old house. Go ahead and go into the living room, then I can actually see it. There's a little bit of a time delay there, Coy, so I can keep up with this. But with a 360 tour, you can look all the way around the room. You can actually zoom into these by pinching the screen or pinching your touchpad on your computer. Let's take them into the kitchen. Well, there we are in what I'm seeing right now. It might be a little bit off, but we're looking at that would be the living room. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about this, not only can you take a 3D tour and show the house room by room, but you can also, if you wanted to, I can put these, they're called hotspots, inside these rooms. So say that you have some nifty, fancy device in your home. Maybe it's a smart home device that's built into the wall. We can actually put a target on the wall. When people click on that little target spot, it opens up a window that can play a video. It can have text inside of it, or it can just have a picture. So it's a very versatile system. And during these times, I think this is a real great way for real estate agents to stay busy, keep showing homes, and not help, spread the COVID-19 around. So, what do you think of it? You're a real estate agent.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a great tool. I think it's a wonderful way to be able to protect both buyers and sellers while still being able to get a very good idea of the layout of the house. I'm a very big proponent of, not just seeing it in pictures when I talk to my clients, that you really have to see it, but doing something like this, you can actually get a good feel of it. And I think if more agents would be able to do something like this, you would actually be able to even somewhat eliminate some of the houses they may go see if they thought, oh nope, I may cross that one off the list. I can see a better idea and give it a better idea of what it is from that, not just pictures.
Right, and I think that's a huge selling point. I mean, right now this is a great option for showing homes and keeping extreme social distancing, because you don't have to actually be there with anybody. So this is an option that they have. And even when I shoot these, I'm not going to be with anybody. I'll use hand sanitizer and everything, but it's a way to show a house, keep the social distancing. I think, though, on the key note is, I know that you have spent like a Saturday with clients, which is great. That's service, but you spent the whole day showing them 5, 6, 7 different houses. But with this, you could pick those 5, 6, 7 houses and say, hey, take a virtual tour of these homes, take a look at them, pick out your top 3 that you really want to go see in person. So you're saving yourself a lot of time instead of driving all over the place. They can look at it at home. They can discuss it a little bit more, spend as much time as they want on the 3D tour, but then, whittle it down to what they really want to look at, saving them time, saving you time, and potentially getting people into that home sooner.
Yeah, I think that, with something like this, I think the agents and buyers and sellers are going to see the benefit of, this technology a whole lot more. And we're going to start, seeing people using it a whole lot more, because I think it would very much benefit everybody in the aspect of the real estate world.
Now, here's the crazy thing. You would think that the first client I ever got with this would be a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
I know.
It's a trailer company.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to give the name of the trailer company out yet because we haven't done the work and everything.
Right.
But one of my past students, great guy, in his 30s now, so it shows how long I've been teaching, but called me, said they were looking for some video work, and
but it works.
And I mentioned about the 3D tour, and he said they were really looking to get into that, because a lot of the trailer companies are actually starting to do 3D tours like this.
Right, and it can work essentially the same way.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Especially with all the different models of trailers.
Right.
And the different trailer companies that are out there and all the different aspects, and so you can. So
for real estate agents only, and because of the coronavirus COVID-19 situation that we have going on right now, I am offering a special price for these. So if you are a real estate agent and you're interested, give me a call, 849-574-0559. Is that not my number? I don't know. I don't call myself enough.
574-849-0559.
There you go.
Oh,
yes.
Cabin fever. Seriously.
It is.
It's like I don't know what day it is. You don't even know what phone number you got.
For those of you that want to know what it's like to be mobilized with the Army, you actually, literally, this is what it's like. You forget what day it is. You're like, oh my gosh, it was just Monday, now it's Thursday? What's going on here?
It's so funny that you say that, because even before the governor did his issued the stay-at-home mandate, you and I had talked about that. It was like, oh my Lord, everybody is going to know what it feels like to reintegrate after a deployment. And then all of a sudden we had the stay-at-home mandate, and it was like everybody was forced to stay at home with each other. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to military reintegration.
So, once again, 574-849-0559. Give me a call if you're a real estate agent, you're interested in the 3D tours, or if you just want to ask more questions about it and find out the special that we got just for real estate agents right now, because you guys are locked up in your homes, and this will give you an opportunity to still work from home and still show houses. When we come back, we'll start looking at some of those memes. And then we'll, after a little bit later after that, we're going to do the little challenge with you, putting the light together. So right now we're going to take what?
And real quick, I got my computer monitor here because normally I'm in the background. I'm watching comments and I'm watching likes and everything, so I can see when you guys ask a question or shoot us a comment, and we respond to that. So, you know, if you guys have any comments about the crazy stuff we're talking about or any questions, shoot it to us, and you know, we'll
tell us about the projects you're doing at home. I mean, you're sitting around the house staring at the walls. Did you notice one wall really needed painted and you just got a hair up your butt and just did it? Let us know. Let's talk about it. So we are going to do this week's EVH2, which is part 2 of our series on GFIs. Hi, I'm Warren Seegers. The tip that you can use for your next home improvement project. This week is the second part of our series on how to properly wire a GFI receptacle. If you remember last week, we showed you how a GFI receptacle can actually act more like a switch than a power source. And that's all in the wiring. In this situation, it was actually a daisy chain how they wired a GFI receptacle. The main power source comes into the bottom of the receptacle. Coming off the top, they've run off the top, taking the power from that receptacle to our switch. So as long as the receptacle or this GFI is not tripped, everything works the way it should. As soon as it's tripped, it acts like a switch, cutting off the power to any lights or switches or receptacles that are in line with that GFI receptacle. Now it all is in the wiring. And instead of daisy chaining the power off of this GFI receptacle, if you add pigtails instead, you're not going to have this problem. So let's take a look at it. Our light works. If I trip the GFI receptacle, nothing happens. We still have power to our light or receptacles in line. And that's because of the pigtails. The pigtails are nothing more than additional leads coming off of the main power line. You'll notice here, off of our hot, we have 2 lines that are coming off of that. We have 2 lines coming off of our ground, and we have 2 lines coming off our neutral. As far as for the hot, 1 comes off going to the GFI, and 1 goes to our light switch. That gives power to each on its own. For the neutral, 1 goes to the GFI, and the other goes to the actual light, completing our circuit. And of course, all your ground wires always get tied together. So whether the GFI is on or off, we still have power for our light or receptacle. For more tool tips like this, be sure to stop by our website at edificeventure.com. All right, welcome back to the Tool Shed. I am Warren. This is Penny. And we like to say hey to Angela and Terry and Steve. Thanks for watching the Tool Shed. Always appreciate your support. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like button a couple times and show us some social media love. So now you went through today, you were finding these hilarious memes.
They've actually been cracking me up like all week because, you know, whenever I think I've been sitting at my desk too long, just trying to like focus, I scroll through, and some of them are just absolutely cracking me up. And I'm sure I haven't found even the tip of the ones that were cracking me up earlier in the week, but I grabbed a few of the ones that I just think relate to everybody. Because
so let's pop the first one up there and take a look at it, and you can just leave those up then, Coy. We'll keep talking in the background here.
One person, one commitment. You sign the dotted line.
Well,
you become
technical difficulties. We'll get it up this up here in a second.
But yeah, if you have any memes that you guys thought were hilarious that we haven't,
them. Go ahead and post them on in the feed, that whatever page you're watching the show on. Go ahead and post those. So here's the first one.
Now, and we've got a story as to why this one's funny.
Yes.
My kid will probably kill me for telling the story, but I
let's
think
first
it's funny.
talk about this. So it says homeschooling day 4 phys ed.
Now, we have teenage boys here. So, first of all, this is something I could totally see them attempting to do when they have their friends over on a normal given day.
This is every day they do something like this.
Right. But this one's funny because Zane, he has PE, and his gym teacher had been sending him workout videos, and he's watching them. And then this morning he was like, oh, I guess I do have to actually do these videos. I can't just watch them.
That was the whole point. Let's pop the next one up there. All right, let's see. This one says, thoughts and prayers going out to all the married men who've spent months telling the wife, I'll do it when I get time. Calling them on that one.
Yeah. So honey-do lists, man, I'd like to hear who's had them, who's actually physically getting them done now, and who has just been like, yeah, no, still not going to get done.
Let's look at the next one. And you can just keep these up, Coy. You don't have to keep coming back to us on both these. I'm talking to Coy, of course, our technical director, the amazing, wonderful technology guy in our family. This one I really like, and for the younger people that are watching, they may not get it, but this is the family from The Shining. So, isolation time with the family? What could go wrong? I don't know. Jack Nicholson, maybe the dad goes crazy with an axe. Here's Johnny.
I feel like that describes our family sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Whew, yeah. Don't knock on my door.
What's the next one look like? Oh, yeah. This is another one. If you're not old enough, you may not remember this, but a show called WKRP in Cincinnati, and Les Nessman, the inventor of social distancing. Which the funny part about this is if you see the yellow line going around his desk, they never would give him an office, and he put that line out there, and people would have to pretend like they're knocking on the office door, or he wouldn't acknowledge them. Let's take a look at the next one.
Good old Les Nessman.
I'll let you read this one.
Yeah, now this one I really like because this is like totally me, because even now, and my kids will understand this one because I'm like, don't have buns, we have bread, I won't kill you. But this one is get the feeling that all the kids across America are about to be introduced to the square hamburger and hot dog buns for the first time.
Welcome back. Hey, when I was a kid, that's all we ever got. My parents went by the hamburger buns.
No, we never had like the specialty hamburger
Just
or hot
Wonder
dog
Bread.
buns. It was just like, it's just bread. Bread worked for everything.
So you're from Southern Indiana. Was it Wonder Bread? It was Wonder Bread up here.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it was Wonder Bread down there too.
All right, let's look at the next one. I love this one. After washing my hands 143 times yesterday. I don't even think we need to explain that one. Let's go to the next one.
No, definitely not.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for watching, Greta. Yeah, these are pretty funny, I'm sure. Now this one I have to explain because
Is that Coy?
It is Coy, and this is we went to. This goes back to like the toilet paper memes and people like hoarding toilet paper. So several years ago, we went to the South Bend Center for History, and they were having a display of household items and household goods and their start. And so they had an outhouse in there, and Coy was like, oh, this is cool. And he's sitting in the outhouse, and you can see, the
toilet paper, or I call it, there we go.
He was like, and look, they've even provided reading material. And I was like, dude, that is like not reading material. And he's like, what do you mean it's not oh, and like the realization on his face of what that was.
It could have started out as reading material.
Maybe.
It was probably the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and you use the pages that you don't want to buy.
Well, and the funny thing about that, and I don't have a picture of it, is, in that whole display section of plumbing, because they kind of did like the timeline of outhouses into the outdoor plumbing section things, but they were talking about toilet paper and when it was invented, it was first invented. It was like, it said that with toilet paper, they couldn't guarantee it was splinter free until like the 1970s.
Splinter-free toilet paper. Ow.
Yeah.
Honey, can you pull this splinter? Get the tweezers. I'm in trouble.
And here's another fun fact about toilet paper was that when toilet paper was first invented in the 1900s, people wouldn't buy it. They wouldn't go in the drug because you don't go in the drugstore and buy the unmentionables. You just didn't do it. And the guy that invented it was like, okay, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So he put it in the hotels, the swanky hotels, because then once those rich people actually used it, they couldn't do without it.
Right. We want to be like everybody, keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at two more, and then we're going to have to take a break, and then we'll come back with the building challenge for you.
Okay.
When you can tear the pages out as you go.
So Coy said, who needs a bookmark when you can tear the pages out as you go? Just hope you don't have to go back and read some of those pages.
Right?
Welcome to the club. This isn't really funny, but it is kind of a true statement now. Big kudos out there to all of our medical personnel that are actually helping with this. I can't even imagine what your days are like right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And, I included this one because, again, not funny, but I think it was necessary.
It's a true story. They're superheroes now.
And I've seen it with the same meme with truckers, grocery store workers.
Anybody out there still doing,
any basically essential job.
And God bless those teachers out there. I'm one too. And this whole e-learning thing is, it's pretty tricky.
Yeah,
but we're going to get through it.
I didn't include any of the e-learning memes, but some of the e-learning memes are pretty funny too. Like all the parents of ignore my kid if I've locked him out. We're having a fire drill.
All right, anyway. Let's take a look at one more.
Don't think we need to explain that one. It's just funny.
Got the mani-patties, but had the gloves on when they went and did it. So.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our memes. We got a whole lot of those. Maybe we'll post those up in the, what do you call it? The response thing here. That little dilly-dally where people can ask questions. We can put them in there. I'm totally stir crazy from being inside. Can't remember words now. Starting to sound like Joe Biden. So, anyway, we're going to take a quick break and we will come back with the building challenge. We're going to give Penny 5 minutes to try to put a house lamp together.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, 5 minutes. Okay. I didn't say I was going to be able to do it in 5 minutes. I just said it wasn't easy, that it wasn't hard.
See, you heard her. Her first thing was it isn't easy, and then she changes her story. Anyway, we'll be back with that right after this.
You begin as one. One person, one commitment. You sign the dotted line. You become part of something greater. Your service begins. Your mission begins. Your circle grows. You're supported by a network that understands. You return, but it doesn't stop there. Your exit is only the beginning. Your network continues to grow. You are connected to a legacy of blood, sweat, and tears, and with them, your service continues. Your new mission, fight to preserve the rights our brothers and sisters have earned. From enacting great change on Capitol Hill to providing much-needed support to America's veterans, military families, and our local communities, our strength lies within the heart of each individual member. We began as one. Now we are the millions who have served. We are the voice for veterans everywhere, and together we cannot be ignored.
Ethan and Gizmo, best friends since July 7, 2011. Chris and Luna have been best friends for 2 years. Riley and Frankie have been best friends since 2017. Beth and Thurza, best friends since 2017. Your next best friend is waiting for you at the Elkhart County Humane Society. For more information on adoption, visit elkharthumanesociety.org.
All right, so actually we're going to have to sit down because the camera's a little bit too low. But welcome back to the Tool Shed. I'm Warren Seegers. This is my wife, Penny. And who did you want to say? Someone was watching.
Oh, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for watching.
Always appreciate it. Have to have you back on the show soon. So, all right, do you need me to help you take this out of the box, or can you handle that yourself?
You might want to take it out. It's got glass.
It's got glass. Oh. So that's the thing. You think that you can put this together, but you can't keep from breaking it. You can stand up again. He's adjusted the shot. So let's see how well you can put this light together. Maybe we should just put it together so people can see how husband and wife actually work on projects like this. Maybe we'll have, 3-round fight with it too? All right. I'm going to lay all the pieces out for you, and you can just start putting it together. How about that?
All
and
right.
we'll see how well your skills are at putting this stuff together. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's the base.
Okay.
Seriously.
Just checking. Just want to make sure you know.
Hey, don't be so mean.
So you're going to have to talk your way through this while you're doing it. Wow, it's like...
So, this is the lamp. I mean, it's really, basically, it's all about...
It's all about what?
It's just going to be like screwing this in.
Actually, this isn't a very expensive lamp. These aren't, it's no glass involved here. It's all plastic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. And pretty cheap plastic at that too. So apparently this looked way nicer in the picture.
Oh, well, always. It was only 40 bucks. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it's just about...
So what did you do there first?
I mean, basically, it's just guiding me to...
Hey, you're actually moving pretty quick. You might actually finish this within 5 minutes.
Oh, I might. Actually, I forgot that everything is all self-contained, really.
So just to let
So
you know...
this is just a lamp for Warren's office because he is,
blind.
well, that, and our
It's dark in it.
offices are dark and dreary, and since we are trapped inside and only can work in our offices that have no windows.
I guess you're pretty skilled with this stuff. I mean, you used to make license plates when you were in prison, so...
Oh, you know. Can't help it that you like...
All right, so what... Oh, you're going to put the next part in?
I mean, yeah, you just keep screwing from bottom up.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah. See, I told you, you thought this was hard. I mean, even a monkey could do these things. These
Oh, but you're having problems putting that one in.
because you just have to get it started.
All right, now what's the next part? This is actually, did it even come with instructions? Let's read the
Yes.
instructions. I bet they're pretty funny.
You never read instructions.
I know.
Because I put several together for my office at work.
It says, lay out lamp parts from box and
Yeah, you
put
don't
them on a
even-
flat surface.
You don't even have to lay the parts out.
We
They're
didn't even
all,
do that.
like,
They were kind of like in the
they're-
bags and boxes still.
They're all connected together because the cord is already threaded through.
Begin assembly at the bottom of the lamp. That makes sense. Screw pole B clockwise into base A. Screw pole C clockwise into pole B. Screw pole D into pole C. And screw pole E into pole D. That's pretty simple, but what if you don't know your ABCs? Then you might have a
The
little bit of an
worst
issue.
part is getting
The
all
plastic
the plastic off.
Well, look at all this wire you have left over now. What are you going to do?
Oh, wait a minute. There's a knot.
Uh-oh. That stays there.
It can't.
It does.
Oh.
Because you got to push.
Oh.
And here's what you got to do. This is the trick. You got to pull all this stuff through. It's like I'm fishing now. I'm pulling in a big marlin. Look at that.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
All right, that was your one call for your, what do you call it? Phone for help, whatever.
Okay.
Now the tricky part. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. That's when you start messing up, when you get nervous. Slow is fast, fast is slow. Oh, I think you got it.
Oh man, it's like exercise. It's like cabin fever exercise. I'm actually exercising. I got out of my pajamas today. I did yoga today. I actually got out of the house for a hot second today.
I think you probably just put that together in less than 5. Of course, you got to unscrew these little things here. Well, there you go, folks. Don't say we've never showed you how to build anything. And usually when...
a few years come on by the house and this will probably be
Oh, you know what I should be doing right now? I didn't think about this. Every time I'm working on a project, you know what you do? You know, now that I see you working on that light there, what would you think about this other thing? Maybe we should put a light in the kitchen.
There's
And I should just come up with projects for you to do while you're finishing that one.
There's probably...
Because that's what wives do.
We probably need one of these in the game room and...
Oh, here we go. I don't think you're on there straight. You got to put it in. There. Should turn easy.
Okay. Alright, fine.
Alright. And then this just snaps in there, I imagine, yeah?
Yeah.
Ta-da. Done.
Done.
Alright. Well, that's our show. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, it was interesting. But, how many more weeks of cabin fever?
I don't know. When does this all end?
April 6th.
Well, that's what they're saying right now.
Well, yeah.
We don't know.
Technically, right now, April, we under the stay-at-home mandate until April 6th.
Yeah, all right. Well, that is our show for tonight. For all you real estate agents out there, if you're interested in the 3D virtual tours, give me a call, 574-849-0559. Also, for those of you out there, if you have something that you're interested in, maybe there's a product that you would like to know more about, and you know a company that we should probably be talking to, give us some ideas. Things you want to see on the show, we'll start doing that.
Yeah, especially give us some ideas of maybe something you might want to see on the show, because normally, obviously, we have guests, but
Topics would be great now.
Because we're not going to have guests until at least after April 6th, so it's just us, and we need some ideas of what you guys would like to see our smiling faces discuss. Whew,
absolutely.
Wow, that was a mouthful. Yikes, I think I need some wine.
Want a Corona?
No.
All right. That is our show for tonight. Make sure you tune in. Well, actually, first, before I let you go, don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tune in every Thursday, 8 o'clock on Facebook for the Tool Shed Live. Until next week, DIY until you die.